Coming up on Look Today, well, the World Awareness Children's Museum in Glens Falls is giving kids a chance to vote. I've got details. And more development is coming to the Warren County Airport. More on that coming up. And U.S. Representative Elise Stefanik continues to receive support from labor unions. I've got those details. It's all ahead on Look Today. Welcome everyone, I'm J. Hood Jackson and this is Look Today. Well, in tonight's program, I sit down with Heidi Weist. She's the owner of Lifestyles of Saratoga, and we're joined by Keely DeSalvo. She's the owner of the Savory Pantry in Saratoga. They're here to talk about the upcoming event this Sunday, the Beekman Boys on Broadway. And I also sit down with Sandy Mueller. Now, she's a caregiver for Steps for Strokes, and we're joined by Lydia King. She's a stroke survivor. They're here to talk about the upcoming event to raise funds and awareness in Glens Falls. Plus, we've got your weather for the Tri-North Counties, but first, we've got these headline stories. Well, in our lead story, the World Awareness Children's Museum in Glens Falls is giving kids a chance to vote. Between April 25 and May 8, kids will be able to vote for which country and exhibit the museum will feature next. Now, the museum's Fall 2016 Experience Project will showcase art, clothing, and artifacts from the winning country. Well, the museum's director, Heather Hickland, is excited to engage kids in the voting process. The 8 countries on the ballot include Ecuador, Germany, India, Indonesia, Italy, Kenya, Mexico, and Russia. Well, we spoke to Heather about this exciting event.
Well, we felt it was important for kids to experience a little bit of what it means to vote and what it means to have an impact on the world around them with their vote. That's something that their parents and grandparents are all talking about now as we have our own elections in this country. But we wanted kids to have a chance to have a say too.
That's a great museum in Glens Falls. You have to check this out. In other news, well, more construction is coming to the Warren County Airport. 2 new hangars will be built on the property. Rick Skimmerhorn, the base operator, along with his company Rich Air, will pay for the facilities. Now, according to him, he already has a tenant to fill one of the buildings. Each facility will be 12,000 square feet. Now, with the addition of these new buildings, it will bring the total number of hangars to 8. Now, there is no estimated time of completion as of right now, but we will keep you updated as we get information. Switching from news to weather. Well, today was another day of beautiful sunshine with temperatures in the mid-70s. So let's see how the rest of the week is shaping up. For a more detailed look, let's head to the Glens Falls Weather Center for a look at your first forecast. Back to the news. Well, U.S. our representative, Elise Stefanik, continues to receive considerable support from labor unions. Now, according to her campaign reports, Stefanik has received up to $22,000 in labor union contributions in the current election cycle. Now, the unions that have contributed to Stefanik include the Airline Pilots Association, International Association of Firefighters, and the National Education Association. Well, Stefanik continues to support local businesses and education in our local workforce. In other news, well, the Queensbury Town Board meeting on Monday night approved a package of zoning changes. Now, these changes are to encourage commercial development around Exit 18 in Queensbury. 3 hotels have been proposed for the area, as well as some retail spaces. Now, as you know, there's been a lot of new development in the Queensbury and Glens Falls region. So this comes at a time when both Warren and Washington counties are working closely together to promote tourism. Now, you can see the complete Queensbury Town Board meeting here every week on Look TV. The most current one we just started running this week, so check your local listings for times, and they'll give you the full story about development at Exit 18. All right, and we're going to keep you updated on further developments as we gather more details on this story as well. Up next, I sit down with Heidi Weist. She's the owner of Lifestyles of Saratoga. And we're joined by Keely DeSalvo. She's the owner of the Savory Pantry in Saratoga. They're here to talk about the upcoming event, a really interesting one, the Beekman Boys on Broadway. Plus, I sit down with Sandy Mueller. Now, she's a caregiver for Steps for Strokes. And we're joined by Lydia King, who is a stroke survivor. They're here to talk about upcoming events to raise funds and awareness. But first, if you see news happening, you want to share a story idea, how about join us for an interview? Give us a call on the hotline. The number is 798-8000. Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of Look Today. I got an interesting look out for you tonight. You may have noticed that they're taking Andrew Jackson off the $20 bill. I do want to note that they're replacing him with Harriet Tubman, who, by the way, is a real icon of American courage and freedom. So it's not about that. But with the name Jackson, rumor has it that I'm actually related to Andrew Jackson and also John Bell Hood, the Confederate general, hence the Hood in J Hood. Well, a couple of factoids about Uncle Andy here. He's the 7th president of the United States, but I think more importantly, he's the first rock and roll president. The reason I'm saying that, he survived the first assassination attempt on a president. The guy tried to get him twice. Both times the gun misfired. And Uncle Andy there also had a problem with his temper. He challenged somebody to a duel for something that he didn't like. He knew the guy was a really good shot, so he let him shoot first, so he could take better aim and get him, which he did do, by the way. However, the guy shot Andrew, and the bullet missed his heart because his jacket was folded a certain way. Well, he also liked to keep the front door of the White House open in case anybody wanted to drop by, to have a drink, by the way, because he apparently liked to drink. He liked women. And when he left office, he said his only regret was that he didn't get to shoot his 2 main rivals. Now, when you've got somebody like that in your family, who wouldn't want to brag? All right, tonight on Look TV, it's sold, our auction show, and we're going to leave you with one thought. I thought, if they get around to wanting to put a Jackson back on the $20 bill, well, we've got an idea for them. Good night, everyone.